Hello and welcome to everyone who has joined live today. Uh, we are, I believe, almost it's the perfect time to start the session. So let us quickly begin with the session. We have specifically considered the request of many of the professionals today and provided this. We are providing this session on how to grow your practice in Dubai, UAE. So to begin with, guys, I just want to have few things from your side. Uh, let me make me the comment box visible to each and everyone. First of all, guys, there are three questions that you can see on the screen. Am I audible? Is my screen visible to you? And I believe I have put off my face. As of now, you might be seeing my icon. So can you please confirm me by putting the yes in the comment box in the YouTube? Anshuman ji, yes. Okay. Krishna ji has mentioned yes. Jalak is yes. So I believe everything is working perfectly. So we are good to go. Let me turn off the comment box for the time being. Okay. So the those person who have joined us today, there is one simple question in mind of all. First, is it really possible to start the outsourcing practice in Dubai? So the answer to this is very simple. It depends on various factors which you need to understand and then decide whether you will be able to start the practice from India by sitting in India for the UAE customers. So the factors that are the broad factors that are there which will uh, help you to decide, or which are the key factors to decide whether you will be able to open the office in Dubai. The first is the UAE market. Second is suppliers. Suppliers means the authorities who help you or who are the persons who register the entity, right? Third is the knowledge part, and the fourth is the customer side. How will you be able to get the customers? And if you have the customers, then you can easily try to maintain them by providing them the services. So these are the main four factors which will help you to decide whether you should be able to open the office or not. Let me quickly move to the first slide that is related to the understanding the UAE market. Okay, so before starting, let us quickly see what are we going to learn in today's session. So the first thing that we are going to learn is understanding the basics of UAE market, list of services that you can offer to the customers and entities in UAE. The third one is how to begin and the methods available with you for doing the practice for UAE market. How to gain knowledge and experience, how to get customers, and how to do networking and marketing. So these are the six things that we are going to uh, provide you the information for that purpose. So beginning with the first topic, that is understanding the UAE market. So the first thing is about the target audience. So in UAE, majority of the people are from outside UAE. Like people are coming from Asia, US, UK, Europe, and many countries to reside in UAE and to do business in UAE. Majority of them are from Asia, to be very specific. A majority of them are from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. There are many countries in Asia. So majority of them belong to these countries, and these are the these are having the major portion in the UAE market. And then the second part comes from the other countries and continents. If we talk about the investment point of view in business as well as in properties. So on the number one, there are developed nations like UK, like UK and USA, and India is on the third number. Thanks to the cash market, properties in UAE can be bought in cash. So you can now understand why India is on the third number or is in the top three category when we ask or when we see about the investment portions in UAE. To begin with, UAE has seven emirates. Those who are not aware about the UAE, so this is a simple thing. UAE is having seven emirates. Earlier, it was called like seven kingdoms. So these seven kingdoms they decided to come together and they combinedly make the United Arab Emirates. The Sheikh of Abu Dhabi, the King of Abu Dhabi is generally the president of UAE, and the Sheikh of Dubai is generally the Prime Minister of UAE. So this is some of the basic things that you need to know before if you're planning to open a company or if you're planning to open an outsourcing office for UAE market, you need to have some basic information about UAE. The second thing that you need to know is there's no citizenship in UAE. UAE doesn't give any type of citizenship. They provide you the visa, and the visa generally comes for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years. The 10 years is nowadays very popular due to some investment related benefits, and the name is also very much common nowadays. It's golden visa. So majority of the working people are residing on rent here. Whosoever is doing business and whosoever is on the job in the industry, so majority of them are residing on rent. Maybe that's maybe the reason before for this is because we don't get the citizenship. We are on the visa. So anytime if there is any change in the government guidelines, you can be thrown out of UAE. So that's the main reason majority of the people are residing there on rent. They are not taking the ownership. They are not investing into the properties. So this is one of the reasons that wherein people do whosoever is residing there since last 20-30 years. So they are very much aware about these things. So that's why uh, people think that it's better to reside on rent and instead of investing into the properties. The job people, I mean, so if we talk about the visa, so all the job people are on employment visa allotted by their employees. Generally the visa is of 2 years, and all business people who are doing business in UAE by opening the company, so they are given the business visa. It's the If I talk about the specific term, it's investor visa or the partner visa. So that is also of the 2 years visa. Both categories of visa are generally termed as a residence visa, right? And apart from this, if we talk about the communication side, how do they communicate? What are the ways of communication and what are the ways of commuting in Dubai? So there is one common thing that you need to be very much aware of. Internet is very costly there. There's no unlimited data package like we have in India. If you are from India, then you might be aware about the free packages, free buys that we are receiving on daily basis from the telephone companies. So such is not the case in Dubai or in UAE. So internet is very costly there. People residing there doesn't keep the data on for the full day. They use it for the limited time only. WhatsApp calling is not allowed there. Many of you might be aware that WhatsApp chat is allowed, but WhatsApp when you try to call to the UAE number, so there's no facility available for the WhatsApp calling. However, there are some solutions to that also. Uh, but apart from this, if people want to connect there with the UAE person, not through the direct network calling, but through the app, through the social app, then there is one app named Botim. So you can use that app to connect with the persons there if they are also available with on the Botim, right? So mailing and normal calling is generally preferred for communication in UAE. If we talk about the transportation, then transportation is very time consuming and also very costly there. So in Dubai, there is a metro connection, but if we talk about the other Emirates, if we talk about the other cities, then metro connection is not there. I mean, still in the progress mode, but there are no such options. people ideally use the cab or the bus facilities. Let's say if I'm residing in Sharjah or uh, Ajman, so if I have an office in Dubai, so ideally I will go through by my car, or I will use the cab facility. Very few people use the cab facility, or I shall use the bus facility for traveling from Ajman or Sharjah to Dubai, right? After that, once I reach once I reach to the nearest station in Dubai, then I can travel anywhere in Dubai through metro facilities, right? So, so this is some of the few things that you need to be remain aware when you plan to start interacting with any of the customers for UAE purpose. So, I thought it better to share all these things because everyone is here to understand about the UAE. Let us quickly move to the second slide. In this slide, I will show you about the UAE population by emirate wise. So, if you can see, majority of the people are residing in Dubai. If you can see that blue mark figure, majority of the people are residing in Dubai, and then in Sharjah and Abu Dhabi, Ajman, Ras Al Khaimah, Fujairah, and Al Quwain. So the names which you can see, these are the names of seven kingdoms, seven emirates, which are there in UAE. So ideally, Dubai is very much popular. You can see Dubai is the most popular as compared to the other emirates, and people love to reside in Dubai as compared to other emirates. So the top three are Dubai, Sharjah, and Abu Dhabi. Many people reside in Sharjah as Dubai and Sharjah are nearby. So generally, people love to reside in Sharjah for reducing their living costs, and they travel on daily basis to Dubai for their business and for the job purpose. Right? As you can see in the second diagram, in the second image, the local Emirati population is just 11.48%, and the other one, the foreigners, if I talk about foreigners residing there is almost 90%, right? So you can assume, I mean, you can just imagine is just that the entire UAE is filled with the foreigners. Only 10% of the public is local. Rest all are coming from the different countries to reside and work in UAE, right? So why am I showing these figures to you? Why am I showing you these charts? Reason being a professional, you may be able to get the dual country benefit. So how does it benefit to you? Experts, the foreigners may need services for UAE as well as for home country. Let's say if any of the resident is from India who has started the company in UAE, so from so that businessman, he will need the services for UAE as well as for from India as well. Let's say in India, when you plan to open a company in UAE, so you need to work on FEMA regulations. You need to work on different parts. You need to work on the international tax planning as well. So you get the dual country benefit if you are having a kind of customer who is from your home country and is now moving to UAE for the business. So you will be able to providing the services for both, for UAE as well as for that home country as well. So it's a double bonus for you as a consultant if you can provide services for both countries to him. Then, as there is a as the majority of the people, as majority of the public is from outside UAE, so the government has kept the flexibility in the compliances as well. How? So if we talk about the VAT returns, so VAT returns are the period of filing the due dates and the periods for filing the VAT return is very dynamic there. Financially, it's also dynamic. I mean, it's just that you need to choose what type of period suits you, and accordingly you need to comply with that period. So you can choose for the, let's say there are in VAT there are four quarterly returns that you are required to file in every year. So ideally, when we speak about India, so the first quarter starts from April to June, July to September, and so on. When in UAE, the customer is given the option that you choose what type of 3 months period you want as a quarter. You can start with January to March. You can start with Feb to April. You can start with March to May. It depends on you how you want to get complied with. As you are from outside UAE, so you need to be you need to maintain the records of your home country as well. So accordingly, as per your home country norms, if you wish to change your period, if you wish to keep it as per your home country norms, you are flexible to do it. That's why they have given this flexibility so that you can choose the period, you can choose the quarter, what type of quarter do you want, and accordingly you can comply with the VAT laws. Similarly, in corporate tax as well, they have given the same option. You need to choose the financial year. The financial year that there is not fixed for each and everyone. I mean, let's say about India. So in India, we have a financial year from April to March. In UK, the financial year is from January to December. So in UAE, there are citizens of UK as well, and as well as from India. So they can't keep the common financial year for each and everyone. So they have given the freedom there as well. You choose your financial year as per your choice. You can keep the financial year from January to December. You can keep the financial year from April to March. You can keep the financial year from July to June as well. So it's on you how you want to keep your financial year. Yes, but of course, once you have selected your financial year, you need to work on that also. You need to keep compliant on that part. You can't change the financial year. You can't change the quarter period for VAT returns on regular basis. This is the first time they will give you the option to choose the financial year. Once you have chosen your financial year, accordingly you will have to comply with that norms. So now you might be able to understand how it works in UAE, right? If we talk about the working times, so generally day starts early there. Government offices open between 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. I mean, it opens between 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. And there are 2 days off in UAE, not in UAE but in Dubai. In Dubai, there are 2 days off, Saturday and Sunday. While in some of the Emirates, the holiday period is of 3 days. There are 3 days off, like in Sharjah. Uh, you get off from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There you get 3 days off in Sharjah. However, in UAE, however in Dubai, you get Saturday and Sunday off, right? So, so there is a regulations that changes as per the kingdom as per the Emirates as well. So same such is the case in your personal life as well. Like if I talk about the school timings or the school of the children, so generally the kids leave for the school at 5:30 or 6 a.m. in the early, so that they don't get stuck in the traffic. As from 8 a.m. there is a huge traffic, and generally students there try to leave between 5:30 to 6 a.m. or max by 6:15 in the transport bus or by cab or by car. But this is a routine time they try to leave because they don't wish to stuck into the traffic. Same is the case with the working people as well. Like if I have a meeting at 8 o'clock in the morning at my office, so I need to leave by 6 or 6:30 maximum. If I leave at 7 a.m., maybe I will get stuck in the traffic and I might get late by 1 hour to 2 hours. So such is the traffic there. So this is the kind of scenario that works there. So day starts early, as I mentioned. Apart from this, if I talk about the type of customers, so customers there are from different industries. I mean, if you will compare from India, so generally in case of traditional practice, we have a chunk of customers who belong to the same industry. Like if I talk about our office in India, we have a same group of customers. A very uh, we have a bulk customers from a single industry like garment. But if we talk about our UAE office, each and every customer is from different industry. They try to do different things, and as I mentioned, they come from the foreign countries. Some is from Australia, some is from UK, US, some are from Africa. So each and every customer is having their different activities, and accordingly, they need to be managed as per their requirements, right? So, so the kind of work that you will be getting there, it will vary from customer to customer, right? Okay, so let's come to the main part, that is list of services that you can provide to the UAE customers. Just a second, let me uh, check the comment box. Okay, guys, you can post the queries into the comment box. However, we will be able to provide you the answer or solution to that once we have finished our seminar or once we have finished our sessions, right? So, if you are planning to put any query into the comment box, try to do it at the end of the session, so that we can, it's easy for us to find your comments at that time, and we will be able to answer you easily in that case. Okay, coming back to the main point, about the list of services that we can provide. So if we talk about the compliance services, so earlier these fields, these were not very much popular, and there were not that much work related to the compliances, as there was no corporate tax and VAT. But in the coming time, as you are now aware that corporate tax is also into the picture right now, and VAT is already there since last 5 years. So in the coming time, there will be a huge demand for small businessmen as well. I mean, there will be even the small businessmen in UAE might be requiring to maintain the books of accounts, and you will need the consultant to manage the books of accounts, file his VAT returns, and file his income tax, corporate tax return as well. So, if you have a good level of high-end customers during that time, then sky is the limit. I mean, you can earn any kind of income that you can imagine if you have the good level of high-end customers at that time, right? And of course, even today itself, even though it's almost 5 years now from the enactment of VAT, there are big entities who are non-compliant, and they fell into the trap, and they start calling for the customer. Start calling for the good consultants who can solve their problems, and you might be able to get good enough work from that particular customer itself if he is non-compliant. Ideally, if I say about the UAE culture, so the local residents there are they are not that much active in the compliance part or in the book management part. So if you will, whenever you will try to visit such kind of customers, you will always see that there are some loopholes in the system, and they are not compliant with uh, they are not complying with the VAT laws and the corporate tax laws. So this is a kind of good stage for developing your practice in the coming years. As and when non-compliances will increase in such kind of companies will start searching for good consultants like you, and you can get a good number of customers at that time. We have got such kind of customers in the similar way in UAE in the recent past, wherein the customer is a big mall. I mean, he's running a big mall, and he's already having almost 20 to 27 malls in the entire UAE. But he's not able to properly manage the books of accounts, and accordingly, he's not able to comply with the VAT laws on regular basis. So he has approached us, and we are now doing his internal audit and internal control part from our side. So this is the kind of thing that you need to remain aware about, the kind of behavior that the customers are having there. So you might get chance at any time, at any point of time, right? You just need to remain active at that point of time, and you just need to grab that opportunity. So coming to the point, so first I have divided the list of services into three parts. First is the about the compliance part. If we talk about the VAT, if we talk about the VAT, so generally, if I talk about the revenues that we are generally earning, so VAT returns, as I mentioned, there are four returns that are required to be filed. There are quarterly returns, and generally the fees starts from 750 AED in that case. And if we talk about the VAT registrations, then also it varies from the fees for that varies from AED 750 to AED 1500. If we talk about the corporate tax, so it's recently started, and we have started charging for the corporate tax registrations from AED 750 to AED 1500 for all the persons who are looking for tax registrations. Ideally, corporate tax registration is mandatory for each and every person who is running a business there, who is having a free zone entity or mainland entity in UAE. So each and every person, even though that businessman might not be eligible for, I mean, he might not get qualified for paying the taxes, and he may get qualified for the nil taxes, then also he has to compulsorily register for the corporate tax, right? So this is one of the big. This is also one of the big field as of now. Like the ways we had during the GST enactment, and we had got the bulk applications during that time for the GST applications. Similarly, the same time is right now going for the corporate tax registrations in UAE, because this is the first year, and the government has also issued the guidelines till what time they need to complete the corporate tax registration. Otherwise, there is a heavy penalty of 80 10,000 once they fail to register for the corporate tax before that due date, right? So people are now going with corporate tax registrations as the time is nearing, and the due dates have also been announced by the corporate tax authorities. If we talk about the bookkeeping services, so bookkeeping services as of now was till now was not that much important from businessman point of view. Only the persons who are required to file the VAT returns, they were planning to, they were keeping the, they were maintaining the books of accounts. But from now onwards, whosoever will get qualified for corporate tax payment, they will also have to register, and they will also have to maintain the books of accounts, right? So there will be a good amount of demand in the from the coming year, wherein you can say that from this year itself, because this is the first year. So for this first year, we need to file the corporate tax we need to file the corporate tax return in the next year. So this is the first year, and people are not that much aware about this thing, and they are not that much aware about the importance of keeping the books of accounts. But from next year onwards, when they will face difficulties, when they will be asked from the consultant side to provide the proper books of accounts, from that time, the demand for this field will also increase, right? If we talk about the internal audits, so internal audits and internal control system is one of the big area wherein you should focus, but this will be possible only if you are providing the services from UAE, and not through the if you are planning to start the outsourcing or the KPO services, then in that case it might not be possible to do it, because in internal audits you need to have the team there on the site itself. But as I mentioned already, that the people here, the businessmen here, are not that much compliant. So when they get stuck, at that time they realize that they are now stuck in a very bad manner, and they start searching for the good consultants who can help them in implementing the internal controls, and who can do the internal audits, right? So internal audit is one of the good scope, is having the good scope here. If we talk about the external audits, then external audits will external audit means statutory audits as per the corporate tax laws. So it will be mandatory from now onwards for all the free zone, or at least for all the free zone entities, I believe. So the regulations are still pending to come, but it's apparently I can say that all the free zone authorities who shall be taking the benefit of 0% tax, so they will have to compulsory provide the audit report as per the corporate tax, right? So this field is also increasing, but for the statutory audits, there are certain requirements for taking the audit license. There are certain requirements which you may not be able to fulfill by staying outside UAE. As if I say about the auditing license, so there are conditions for the chartered accountants or the professionals who are willing to take the auditing license. Auditing license is required for conducting the statutory audits, right? Not for internal audits. Internal audits you can do without taking the audit license, but for external audits, uh, you need to show the experience for taking the auditing for taking the audit license. You need to show the experience that you have the local UAE experience. You have stayed here and you have worked here. You need to show that experience of at least 2 to 3 years. Apart from that, you need to pass some of the examinations as tied up with ICI by the Dubai or by the UAE government. So accordingly, you will have to clear that exams as well. And the last, there will be the auditing license fees that will be required to be paid on yearly basis. So it's a kind of burden, or it can you can consider it as a fixed expense. If you are not able to take out that much revenue from the auditing field, then you might get stuck and you might will to surrender your auditing license in UAE. So apart from this, there is also one more requirement right now, which may get waived off in the coming time. But as of now, local sponsor is required. If you are looking to take the auditing license, then in that case, local sponsor is required, and they will also charge you the money for all these things. So there is a huge cost. There is a high fixed cost when you plan to take the auditing license in UAE. So I would suggest to skip this part as of now. Once you have settled down in the UAE practice, only then you plan to start with the auditing license. Till that time, you can outsource that part to the auditors who are already doing statutory audit, right? Coming to the point about the auditing, if we talk about the audit revenues, external audit revenues, not about the internal audit, you can charge the way you want to work. It can be 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 10,000 AED per month as well, or it can be up to any number. It can be any amount depending on the time that you will be giving for the internal audit. So ideally, it depends on the number of visits that you are planning to conduct to the customer's place. So let's say if you're planning to conduct 2 visits per week at a customer's place, so your charge will be, let's say, about X amount per month. But if you're planning to have 3 visits or 4 visits in a month, so your fees will increase accordingly, as you will be giving much more time for the internal audit. So this is the way that their professionals decide about the fees. It depends on the number of time and the hours that you are planning to provide there for the internal audit. If you talk about the external audits, statutory audits, then generally it will start from 85,000. But there are some professionals who it ultimately depends on you what do you want to charge. But there are some consultants who do the bulk auditing, and they might be able to they they are they might be charging about 2,000, 3,000 AED as well. But ideally, this is the minimum starting price, that is 85,000 for the external audit, for the statutory audit that you're planning to do for any of the customers. So it's a good amount of revenue that you might be earning. But at the same time, you need to be aware about the fixed cost that is there for taking the audit license, right? If we talk about the second part is about the company formation and related activities, right? So there are three activities that are required to be done. The first is company formation, second is visa related processes, and the third is the bank account process. So these three activities are also giving good amount of revenues. If you are if you are tying up with some of the free zone authorities, and if you complete the target that they are given to you, you start earning good amount of revenue, not only from the authority but also from the customers. Like if I talk about our side, we generally charge to the customer about 3,000 AED for company formation. And this is the minimum starting price I'm talking about. If it's a kind of corporate company, if it's a kind of company who is looking to open a branch or subsidiary, then our charges will increase to 5,000 to 6,000 AED in that case, because opening a subsidiary company or branch company is very much time consuming. So a lot of efforts are required during that time for communication with customer, as well as to the free zone authorities. In that case, we charge almost 5,000 to 6,000 AED. But if we talk about the minimum fees that we are charging for company formation, then we generally charge 3,000 AED for only license issuance. And then if we talk about the visa process that is required to be done for the customer after the license issuance, then for visa we generally charge 1,500 AED per visa issuance. So if you have a company who is looking for two visas along with the company formation, then for company formation you will be charging 3,000, and for two visas you will be ideally charging 1,500, that is 3,000. So this is the total. The total comes to around 6,080. If you convert it into the INR, it somewhere comes about 1.25 lakhs in INR. So it's a good amount that you are earning from the company formation as well, right? And if we talk about the bank account as well, so bank account opening also requires some of the knowledge from your side that you need to put in, and you need to provide to the customers that this is the thing that you are required to be, that you are supposed to be ready with. So you need to provide them some assistance in that as well. So for bank account assistance as well, we generally charge somewhere around 1,500, 2,000 to 3,000 AED. So, so you can just imagine, like in India, if you talk about the current account, then people ideally go directly to the bank account, bank, and bank directly opens it. When we talk about UAE, so bank account opening in UAE is quite difficult for direct customers if they are not that much aware about of, if they will get stuck anywhere where where the bank will ask them something and they are not able to provide the answers to that, they will get stuck at that time and they will need your service as well. So generally, from the beginning itself, customers start, and generally from the beginning itself, customer asks us about the bank account assistance, and we generally provide them the bank account assistance along with the proposal itself, along with the company formation proposal itself, right? So bank account is also one of the criteria, one of the earning revenues. You might not be think. I mean, in India, you would have never imagined that this is also one of the revenues wherein people earn a good amount. So, but in international level, be it the Singapore or Dubai or any such countries, consultants charge for bank account opening as well. As the thing is that to control the money laundering activities, the central banks in Dubai or any such countries, they're very much strict when you go there to open the bank account. So that's why it's just like the kind of question that you are asked during the income tax scrutiny in India. The same way bankers ask you about the questions like what are the sources of funds, how will you be able to manage the business from here, and whether you will be able to sustain this business in the future as well. So everything, they just want to make sure that there's nothing kind of money laundering activities that are going to happen to this bank account. And ideally they take minimum 15 to 20 days to assess the bank document to assess the documents, and then they open the bank account. So bank account opening is also one of the streams wherein you can earn good amount of money, right? So the second scope is related to the company formation, bank account, and visa related processes. Where see, company formation you can do from here also, but bank account at certain level, if you're planning to open a digital bank account of the customer, that also you can do from by sitting in India. So these two things that you can do from India, if you have good sources and if you have created some good connection with the free zones directly or through some consultants directly, you can do all these things by sitting in India. You can get the license issued from by sitting here. You can open the bank account as well from here. But for visa facilities, wherein when the customer will be traveling to UAE, at that time, uh, you need to have one person there who will be assisting the customer for completing the medical test, Emirates ID application, and the visa for facility related processes. So, in that case, you need to tie up at that time with one of the companies or consultants. If you're not planning to open a company there for yourself, then you can plan to manage these two tasks from here. And the third one related to the visa, you can plan to outsource it to the consultant there, so that your customer doesn't face issue when he goes there for completing all these formalities, right? And the third one, is related to the dual country advantages. See, when you plan to start your work related to UAE, So generally, you will get some additional scope of services as well, wherein you can earn good amount of money. The first is related to the FEMA reporting, ODI advisory and compliances. This is one. If we talk from the Indian point of view, the Indian customers who are opening the companies in UAE, so they will need the services from your side related to the FEMA, ODI advisory and compliances as well. So you can provide them these services, or you can tie up with the FEMA consultant who will be assisting your clients on your behalf, and you can earn referral fees in that case as well. Second stream of revenue is related to DTAA, international taxation and transfer pricing practices. Third is related to the structure planning and ideation. So people come here with us. I mean, people come to us also with an intention to know what type of entity should we create in UAE. Whether we should go with the individual shareholding basis, or we should open a branch there of the Indian company, or we should open a subsidiary company there of the Indian parent company. So you can provide them the structuring ideation as well. You can provide them these services, and you can charge him. I mean, you can charge the customer for these services as well. Wherein you will be providing him, wherein you will be providing them the analysis related to which option is better for them, considering their financials, taxes, and all these things, right? The fourth is, of course, the brand recognition that you get when you start working in your home country. uh, Providing, I mean, when you start providing the services related to UAE in your home country, you get a kind of customers. I mean, you get all type of customers. You get the all big names with you, wherein the entities are unlisted or listed entities as well. So you get these big customers from your home country for opening the company in UAE. Like if I say about ourselves, so we have got some of the listed companies as well with us, who have opened the companies with us. I mean, who have opened the branches or subsidiaries there in UAE through us. So it's a kind of brand recognition that you get when you have some big names coming up with you for opening the companies in UAE, and they become your permanent customers. I mean, if you talk about the Indian services that you are providing right now, let's say if you are let's say you are into the traditional practice, like you are providing the income tax auditing and GST services. I believe many of the professionals might not be able to get a chance to talk with any of the listed companies management as well in this case, because they already have the top levels. I mean, they already have some of the chartered accountants who are providing them these services, and they may not be looking for you for providing these services to them. But when you go to them with the kind of uniqueness that you are providing them services related to the UAE, if they are planning to open a company or set up a company in UAE, then they can try to come. They can try to come to you for these services. At that time, you get a chance to work with all such type of big companies as well. So we have got this opportunity through UAE, and we are happy to serve all these customers, right? Fifth is the real estate business in UAE. Of course, it's not related to the our professional world, but if you are looking to have some side business, then real estate business in UAE is also one of the industries which is in boom right now. Many of the, I mean, entire world is investing in Dubai right now. So you can also plan to have a kind of side business in UAE for this purpose as well. So people are earning good amount of revenues in real estate as well in UAE. Even though it might be a side business, might be possible that this gives you much more revenue as compared to the practice that you might be planning to do in UAE with the uh, auditing and setup related services, right? So it depends on your network and your skills, how you can get the customers for this industry, right? Apart from this, yeah. So okay, apart from this, let's now understand about the options and methods how you should prefer to go with the setting up your company and business related to the UAE. I will share you the screen, just a second. Okay, so there are two options available with you. This is as per my opinion. So one is about the first first one is about the risk free and safe option. So if you are a professional based in India and you wish to start your practice from India without opening a physical office in UAE, then you can start with providing the services initially to the local Indian customers in your home country, and you can plan to provide them the services related to the company setups in UAE. And accordingly, once they have opened up the companies, you can plan to provide them the bookkeeping services and tax compliance services to the same customers. This is a very simple, easy, and risk-free option, which I believe that you should start with without investing much, without having much knowledge. I mean, as you are still the fresher as compared to as you are still a fresher in the UAE market, it's better to start with the safest option first, and then once you start getting the experience, once you start having the knowledge, and once you start getting the customers on regular basis, then you should go with the second option. The first option is very much simple. If you are anywhere, I mean, if you are from any country, so you plan to provide the services to your home country customers first. You try to promote your services, your UAE services to their home country customers, and try to start with the try to start with opening a company for them in UAE, and then accordingly you can plan to start providing them these compliance related services as well. So this is the first option that you have to go with. If you don't want to take risk, if you don't want to invest much into the business, first of all, if you go with the second option, so I would say once you have done with the first option, once you have some customers with you who are who have opened the company through you in the UAE, then you shall plan to go with the second option in that case. And at that time you shall plan to come to UAE physically for official purposes to add more customers and for targeting the local customers in UAE, not only for UAE company setup but also for tax compliance, bookkeeping, and of course for auditing services on site and offsite. So going directly for the second option is always a riskier one, as it would involve your time, money, and your goodwill as well. So it's always better. I always recommend to have the first option first instead of going with the second option. See, it's not a bad idea to go with the second option as well, but it will be a kind of very aggressive and risky option that you have started uh, with the second option directly. Uh, you have started with the license activities. I mean, you have taken the license. There is an addition. There will be a fixed cost that you will be incurring at that time. So the fixed cost will be related to let's say there will be a license that you need to take for conducting activities in UAE. If I'm a if I'm a Talreja and Talreja, so Talreja and Talreja needs to take one of the licenses that related to the business activities that we are planning to conduct there. So I have taken the license related to the tax compliance, bookkeeping, and auditing services. So it depends on what type of free zone you are going into. So still, I would say that if you go with the lowest option, the annual charges that you will be paying is around 10,000 AED for just to renew the license and the visa cost, right? So 10,000 AED will be a fixed cost. Apart from this, you need to also have an office there. So let's say you will be planning to open an office in one of the business centers, if not fully at the rent, but if you let's say if you plan to open if you plan to take some office space in one of the business centers, that that also I assume that will cost you around 2,000 AED per month. That is somewhere around 25,000 AED, right? So 25,000 plus 10,000 plus there will be a residence cost as well if you go with the affordable one. Let's say you are residing in Sharjah, so ideally it will somewhere cost you around 25,000 AED again for the entire year. So almost 50, 60,000. 60,000 is the fixed cost that you will be incurring. If you plan to go aggressively and you plan to say that I want to open a company in UAE, I wish to do physical marketing there by sitting there itself, then in that case, this is the fixed cost that you need to incur. I mean, there will be a food expense, there will be a cost for, and there will be a cost of living as well, right? So the second option is quite riskier. It's only advisable for those who have sufficient capital with them and who can manage the funds, even though they might take time to develop their practice in UAE. The first one is for all. The first option is for all who wish to start practice in UAE through the outsourcing. I mean, through the outsourcing practice, they can sit here and they can do the networking with their local customers, and they can provide them the services related to the company setup. In that case, also you will get the good amount of revenue, right? And once you have sufficient number of customers or some of the customers who can, through which you can at least start take out the money for building the experience of your UAE physical visit, then in that case, you should go with the second option. See, people in UAE come here to settle down or for doing businesses from many developed countries like US, UK, Europe. So they are already in your checklist of probable customers as and when you plan to visit UAE for official purpose. Along with this, there are multiple options that you have uh, through which you can sit in your office and you can get the customers from across the globe. I will discuss all that details also in the later part when we'll go with the customers part as well. Uh, so at that time we will discuss about that thing as well. Coming to the knowledge part, how can you gain the knowledge to serve the customers? So the first thing is about the learning part. So ICI has already published some of the books, some of the PDFs are available, some of the manuals are available for corporate tax and VAT as well. You can start reading the books. You can start reading that books, and you can start getting the knowledge from all these things. Apart from ICI, there are also other publishers as well, like Taxman. So you can plan to choose any of the books which you prefer, and you can start reading books from that side. Apart from that, you can check out the updates from the ICA Dubai chapter. You can subscribe to their YouTube channel and LinkedIn as well. And whatever updates are there, whatever seminars are going to conduct it, or whatever webinars are going to get conducted in the coming time, you can start attending those webinars or seminars which are conducted by ICA Dubai chapter. Apart from that, there are many consultants as well who keep uh, posting related to the content related to the corporate tax and VAT. You can subscribe to the channel and attend their webinars as well. You can also take certification courses provided by ICA. Many of you might not be aware there are certification courses in India itself for UAE VAT and for UAE corporate tax as well. So it generally uh, in in every 2 to 3 months, there are certification courses available which you can attend from your uh, system. Uh, Guys, just a second. I think there are some technical issues going on. I hope you are able to listen to me properly. Coming to the point again, uh, you can discuss your queries with experts. You can discuss, you can try to connect with the corporate tax authorities, mainland and season authorities directly for any issues or doubts that you might be getting from the customer side or you might be having books. So, accordingly, you can try to connect with any of the professionals or any of the institute persons and you can get your queries solved. You can also collaborate with some of the experts for local support there, right? So this is a kind of thing. I mean, these are the things you can do for continuous learning. I'll share with you some of the publications, some of the manuals that are provided by the ICI related to the VAT and UA. You can start referring that as well for the time being. And when you think that you are ready to go with the certification courses, at that time you can take the certification courses as well. There is some e-learning platform of ICI wherein they put this regular post related to the certification courses. So at that time you can take that course and the fees are very nominal in that case. The fees are very nominal. It's hardly around 6,000 to 7,000 bucks. In INR, I'm talking about 6,000 to 12,000. 6,000, 12,000 INR in right. So you can go through that certification course as well. So this is one of the part. Second is related to learning while selling customers practically. If you have any customers but you don't have the knowledge, you can share your customer with the local experts there, and you can just learn while watching how the experts serve to the customers. See, many of the times I have observed that when you have some of when the consultants, when the Indian professionals have some of the queries from the customer side, they start uh, going into very much deep in the beginning itself, without knowing much about the UAE laws, without knowing much about the UAE environment. They start asking a kind of questions, assuming that they have to report to the customer if he will ask such kind of questions to me, right? So I believe you should avoid such kind of things if you're not ready to answer to the any if you're not ready to answer to the customer's questions. If you know that you don't have that much knowledge, uh, wherein you will not be able to serve to the customer, or wherein you will not be able to answer the customer in a perfect way, it's better that you share the customer to the local expert. I mean, you share your customer to the expert and see what type of questions generally the customer has, and how the experts try to resolve their queries. So this is also one of the ways wherein you can try to learn, instead of keeping you in the middle, wherein you just try to communicate with the customer by asking the questions to the experts, and then you are replying to the customer. So in that case, it's kind of a hurdle that you are trying to be in closing the deal due to some data insecurity or the confidentiality issues. It's just that you should try to avoid. When you know that you are not having that much knowledge, it's better you should hand over that customer to the expert and just see how you can learn from the entire practice. This is the thing we have done in Saudi Arabia as well. I mean, whatever customers we are getting, I mean, whatever customers queries we are getting, we do we share it directly to our KSA part, and we are involved into that meeting, not to see what the KSA part is doing, but we just try to learn from that thing how and what are the what are the things that the customer is asking, and how they are resolving their queries, what are the norms that are applicable in that case. So we don't have that much time to understand the KSA. See, we are not the we can't do each and everything at one go. We cannot be the expert in each and every country's uh, laws. So we can't do each and everything for Singapore. We can't do each and everything for Qatar. We can't do each and everything for KSA. Is the way that you need to do. You need to collaborate with the partners. You need to enter into a partnership deal, and you need to share the customer to that partner, and you need to just observe how they are tackling the customer and what are the norms which are applicable to that customer. So in this way you can also get the experience and knowledge. So when anyone asks me nowadays, when anyone asks me about the Saudi Arabia, so firstly I was not able to answer them. Just start, I mean, I never come into the picture whenever anyone asks me about the KSA part. I start in the beginning, I started directly handing over the customer to the KSA part itself. Nowadays, what's happening, as I have attended enough meetings, of the customers and as well as for the KSA. So the initial part is taken care by me now after 1 year. So it takes time for you to understand. You can't learn each and everything in 1 or 2 hours. It's a kind of thing that you will need 2 to 3 years of learning and experience. You can't get each and everything in just few hours. It will happen as and when the customer will start inquiring you the different type of customers when you will plan to provide the services. At that time you will get to know what type of things that you are, I mean, you can try to learn at that time what type of services and how do we need to provide the services. So it's a kind of thing that learn while sharing customers practically. So this is the thing that you are required to do if you are not aware about the things, right? So you can start in this way also for the learning part. Of course, there is one more thing that you can do, which can play a major role in developing your practice in UAE. This is the kind of thing which is required in all the kind of outsourcing practice, be it in US, UK, or any kind of continent or any kind of country wherein you are planning to start your outsourcing practice. You need support from the local professional colleague or friend in UAE itself. I'm talking about from the UAE part. If you have any kind of local professional colleague in UAE, or if you have any kind of local professional friend in UAE, so it's a good thing for you. You can ask him for the support, and I believe if he is a good friend of yours, if he is a good colleague of yours, then he will be able to answer each and every query you might be asking him. You might also ask him that I want to start the UA practice from scratch. How do I start? So he will be able to help you without any malified intentions in that case. So he will be able to endless in that case. So what I mean to say is, if you have a kind of local support in UAE, local professional colleague or local professional friend or local professional relative, then it's a good point for you. You can easily you can plan to start your practice uh, as soon as possible. If you don't have such contacts in UAE, and or try to create such type of contacts in UAE, this will help you a lot in that case. Coming to the next slide, which is very much important. You might be having a good number of I mean, you might have grasped the knowledge, you might have got the experience, you might have done each and everything that you are required to start the practice. But the major problem will come now. What about the customer? How will you get the customer? I mean, you have the knowledge of each and everything. You have studied the material. Now you are the expert. You also have discussed with the mainland authorities, corporate tax authorities, or the free zone authorities, or with the you have tied up with the local experts there for opening the companies or to provide the compliance services. But all these are in vain if you don't have any customers with you. See, one of the important thing that you need to note here is customers' data is not available online publicly on government sites in UAE. So you will not be able to get the as in India, if I say, so there are some government portals wherein you get the customers' data publicly, and you can plan to start marketing as well to that genuine data. But the problem in you is that you don't have any kind of customers data available online on the government portals. So these problems are also faced by the genuine business owners who try to do transactions with the UAE businessman. Let's say if I'm an Indian person, if I'm an Indian businessman who is planning to export some items to the UAE businessman or the UAE company, and I want to know whether that UAE company is capable enough to pay me the amount in a regular period of interval. I mean, I just want to check the credibility of that UAE company or UAE dealer, if it will be able to provide me the funds on the right time. Whenever I will present him the bill for making the payment, he will be able to make me the payment. Is that UAE company uh, goodwill start doing the transaction with that customer? So there is the problem there also. I mean, no such online data is available in UAE on the government portals, wherein you can or wherein you can go freely, that yes, this is the kind of thing, this is the kind of good person, I can do transactions with him. So there is no such public data available. You need to find the data from the different sources, and that's the main part. Secondly, most of the customers are from out of UAE. Most of the customers are from foreign. So this is also one of the problem. How you will get the data then? I mean, some of the customers are from Europe, some of the customers are from Africa, some of the customers are from India. So if you're, let's say, if you're planning to provide the compliance services to those customers, how will you be able to get the data of such customers who have registered themselves in UAE as a UAE company? So it's very much difficult to get these data. So here the main problem comes now. After having each the three, because UAE market, suppliers, knowledge, it all comes on the first part. It comes in the first part. How to get the data, how to approach customers, that comes into the second part. Second part is also that much equally important as compared to the first part, right? So what you can do in that case is, there are three options available with you. First is online presence. You need to have online presence. Customers who are looking to register a company in Dubai, so they will try to find on Google what are the options available with me, what type of consultants are available with me with whom I can discuss about the company setup in Dubai. So they try to go to Google. This is one of the example. So they try to go on Google. They try to go on YouTube to see, and they try to search there also about the registration of company. So you need to be present online. I mean, you need to have the website. You need to be available on YouTube, Google, LinkedIn, or all such kind of social platforms. And it's just not that it is just not sufficient that you have created the ID and you are just posting the articles, you are just creating some videos, but you need to do it aggressively. There should be an aggressive online presence of yours in concept of UAE. Why? Because competition in UAE is very high on Google and other search engines as well. Apart from the physical offline competition, there is an online competition as well. The reason I have already mentioned that the customers' data is not easily available on UAE's government portals, and the nature of customers is that they come from outside UAE, they are the foreigners, so it's very difficult to get these people's data directly. So the only solution, one of the main solution is online presence. So majority of the consultants, I can say, so all have online presence. Many of them already have the aggressive online presence. So even if we talk about ourselves, we are still in the kind of thing that we are not that much aggressive. If I see say about myself, we are not that much aggressive on the online part. If I say about my search engine, if I talk about the search engines, we are still on the uh, 50th or 51st page when anyone searches on Google about the company formation in Dubai. So understand that what type of competition is going on in UAE on online platforms, right? Advertisement cost. If I say about the advertisement cost, if you are doing the paid campaigns, costlier for UAE as due to the intense competition online part. We are not doing any campaigns till now, but stage of starting the Google ads. itself, we are now the kind of thing that are required for Google Ads. We are already do. If you are not able to do this, second is mouth of word. So in UA, mouth of word reference works a lot, and this is generally available only when you are having the physical presence. Online presence, if first part online presence, you can do it from India as well. No such need to do in UAE. So you can do it from India. You can post anything on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So if I talk about TikTok, you might be thinking that TikTok is banned in India, but you need to think from the customer side. TikTok is not banned in in other countries. So there are many people, there are many foreigners who still use TikTok, right? So there are you will be able to find there about the UAE content as well. People are posting there about the UAE content, and the customer watching that thing, and they are inquiring about that part. So you need to think from the customer point of view as well. TikTok is not banned in other countries. For UAE, India is not only the one. I mean, only India is not the country which is which is incorporating company UAE, but there are persons from different countries as well who are incorporating the companies in UAE. So you need to think in that part as well. Okay. So for online presence, you can do it from India as well. You can you can do it from your office. There's no need to remain physical present there. But for the mouth of word, I believe that having a physical presence in UAE is required if you want to have mouth of word from the UAE physical location itself. So if I talk about ourselves, then we are there since last 17, 18 years. It's obvious it's already more than 17, 18 years, but I'm saying it's almost 17, 18 years. We are there in UAE, and we had started our own practice 5 years ago when the VAT was enacted and the VAT law was enacted. And I can say that we are earning good amount of money now because when we started with a small thing, and then with the mouth of word marketing as well, we have got number of customers now. Many of the customers do refer us about. I mean, they do refer us to someone else also whenever they have any queries, like we have the customers from Africa, so African customer recommend us for their African colleagues or customers who are looking for company formation in UAE. Same way goes for UK, USA as well, and same way goes for India as well, right? And for internal audit part and all these things, we are getting it through references. I mean, it's just that think in a way that you are doing a business in a route. I mean, think it like about your own office. Let's say about your Indian office. How have you developed that Indian practice? So you need to think in that way only when you plan to open an office in UAE. So mouth of word is a kind of thing which will happen once you have established yourself in UAE physically, right? If you talk about the home country of course has the benefits. You will get the mouth of reference publicity. I mean, you will get the customer through mouth of word references from your home country, but you will also need the customers from UAE as well, within from UAE as well. So in that case, you need to have physical presence in UAE as well. In the coming time, once you are settled with the basic number of customers, then you can plan to have a physical office, and you will get the references through mouth of word. In that case, from UA also, right? So now the thing is that if you say that I can't go with the online presence, I'm very much, I mean, not expert, or I'm not that much comfortable in online presence. I'm also not that much aware about the mouth of word publicity. I will not be able to do that thing, and I will not be able to get the customers through mouth of word. Then the third part comes is communication tools and strategic marketing. If you can't go with both the options, of course, there's third option as well, which is communication tools and strategic marketing. You can use this option along with both the above things, and you can do it along with you can do it separately as well. If you don't have if you don't have aggressive online presence, no problem. If you can't get the work by a mouth of word, then also there's no problem. You can go with this communication tools practice as well. What is communication tools? That are mail marketing and uh, WhatsApp marketing, email marketing, calling. These are some of the things. I will be explaining all the three of the things. I mean, not about the mouth of word, but about the online presence and communication tools in the next slide. But this is one of the options available which we are also using, and we are getting good number of customers through this part as well. So we are using all the three things. We are working on the online presence, aggressive online presence. We are getting the clients through mouth of word publicity, and we are also using the communication tools and studying marketing. So we are using all the three things. But in your case, if you're not comfortable to go with the online presence, if you're not getting the customer through mouth of word, then you can also go with the third option, that is communication tools, right? So let's move to the slide wherein I will be explaining about these things. Okay, so the last session is about how to do networking, wherein I will be covering this customer part, right? So you need first of all you need to understand that you need to master any or all social media platforms wherein you believe that your customers will be available, and you can do it. I mean, you can master it on your own. You can plan to do uh, work on that platform on your own, or you can hire the consultant, or you can just allocate this task to your team. But you need to have the knowledge. If you're allocating this task to your team, then you need to also have a knowledge for that thing. If you don't have the knowledge, then it's not worth to allocate the task to the team. How will you be able to out supervise in that case, right? So networking will need efforts from your side. Either you need to master yourself in some of the social media fields and search engines like Google SEO, I mean like in Google, Bing, or you can plan to have some knowledge and expertise in SEO. You can plan to have knowledge in Google Ads, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram, or you can plan to have knowledge in all. But ideally, it's not possible to have the knowledge in all the fields mentioned here. I mean, let's say about us that we are now working on LinkedIn as of now. So we are very much aggressive on LinkedIn platform. We are working on that part only. We have LinkedIn part is done by ourselves. I'm doing it by my side. We have not for that thing. My team is looking after all these things. My internal team is looking after all these things. If we talk about SEO, then SEO we have already outsourced it to the consultant, as I believe this is a kind of thing wherein uh, technical knowledge is required. But apart from this, for SEO, I'm also doing some of the things wherein uh, I'm getting some of the knowledges related to SEO and putting it into the articles which we are posting, right? Google Ads we are not doing right now on our own. We have hired an expert there for the time being. Even though I have the knowledge of Google Ads, I have done Google Ads earlier as well. But for the time being, we have hired an expert for that. And later on, as I have some good grip in Google Ads, I will be taking up to myself instead of keeping a consultant for that thing. Because Google Ads, if I say about UAE, then UAE, Google, I mean, doing the ads for UAE purpose is very much costlier. There is some keyword concept as well. Those who are aware about the Google uh, ads. So keyword per keyword click cost is very much high in case of UAE. If I want to search company setup in Dubai, if I want to be placed on the number one for company setup in Dubai, if the person clicks on that thing for per click, I will have to pay around 200 to 300 rupees just for that click, not for the conversion. So such is the case in Google Ads. So we are not really looking after that part, and I shall be taking it on my own afterwards once I get the entire knowledge about that thing. So the point here is that you need to at least master yourself in some of the social media platform, at least till some level, so that even if you are hiring any consultant, you should be aware about the things that this is that he's going on the correct path and he's not fooling us. At least you should be able to take the judgment on the basis of the on the basis of that knowledge that the consultant is going on the right path. Of course, one of the factors is that if you get the customers by hiring the consultant and he's doing good thing, and you are getting the customers by hiring them for Facebook ads or for LinkedIn or for YouTube. So this is one of the factor. But apart from this one factor, this is one of the common factors. But apart from this, you need to see some of the basic technical knowledges as well, so that the consult you can understand what the consultant is doing and is he going on the right path, because consultant will be doing the thing that you are saying him to do, right? So each and every consultant will not be aware about the UAE market. So you need to have some knowledge about that thing, and you need to provide him in such a way that he gives you the effective results. So I would suggest to have some knowledge about the things that you are planning to go with. I mean, you for any platform you are planning to go with. First of all, it's better to see and analyze where you will be able to find the customers, from which platform you will be able to get the maximum customers, and then go one by one on that platform. Even we are doing the same thing. We are not that much aggressive on Facebook and Instagram. We are as of now aggressive on LinkedIn for the time being, and we are now moving towards the Google ads and SEO, right? And of course, you need to take out time to understand all these things. If I say about myself, when I created my first LinkedIn event recently, it took me the entire day to understand the things and make changes accordingly so that it looks perfect when we are going with the uh, event. Secondly, if I talk about the WhatsApp, there is a WhatsApp API as well. So creating a template on WhatsApp from the customer point of view, it also took me the entire day. I need to think on the customer wise that how is he going to see the content, how is he going to see the template, be it be in WhatsApp or be it be in the email, right? Or be it being on any social media platform. So I need to think from the customer point of view. You need to think from the customer point of view. How is he going to see it, and what are the things that you should be keeping on the upside so that he gets prompt to get interacted with you, right? Second is mastering official communication platforms, right? So first one was social media platforms. Second one is related to the second one is related to the communication platform. What are the communication platforms? It's just like SMS, WhatsApp, or mailings, right? So mailing is one of the things that we are doing very frequently to the customers or to the prospects or to the data which you have gathered from the sourcing applications. You need to gather the data from the sourcing applications. I mean, you need to use some data sourcing applications, data scraping applications to gather the data on which you will be uh, on which you will be sending the mail to the customers related to Dubai. Let's say you have some of the data of the consultants, Indian chartered accountants. Let's say the way I am doing it right now. Let's say I have the data of some Indian chartered accountants and Indian company secretaries. So generally, what type of mail do I do them, or what type of content do I post them on LinkedIn when I try to connect with them? I just try to connect with them by posting that let's collaborate for UA part. If you're looking for any customer if you're looking for any Dubai counterpart who can help you in providing the services later UA, you can contact me for your customers. So I try to put them for the collaboration part, right? I try to conduct the webinars for consultants, like the way we are doing right now. The same way we do it for Dubai webinars for company setups and basic knowledge. right? So in this way we try to, when I put the connection request on LinkedIn to any of the consultants. So this is the way I post them, that let's connect and let's try to collaborate for this purpose. Let's have a meeting. Those who are very much aware about this thing, they might have received from my side the first message in this pattern itself. So you need to work on the communication platforms as well. You need to work on the data sourcing applications, which like LinkedIn Data Scraper. Let's say uh, you want to pitch to the corporate tax, you want to pitch for the corporate tax compliances to the UA companies itself. So our question was related to the UA companies. How will I get the data of UA companies? So you can get the data of UA companies through LinkedIn. You take the LinkedIn data scraper software, and you take some package from LinkedIn that is Sales Navigator, and you just search in LinkedIn Sales Navigator about promoters and owners, and set the geographical location to UAE. So you will start getting the data of all the promoters and owners that are from UAE, that have set the geographical location as UAE. So you will start getting the data of such. You will start getting the data of such customers from LinkedIn. Have the data from LinkedIn, then you can start marketing them through the platform, through the email platform, that we are providing these services. If you're looking for the corporate tax compliances, or if you're looking for the corporate tax registrations, you can connect to us for the same. So this is one of the things. This is one of the things that we are doing, right? So even we have done the same way. We have taken some LinkedIn data extractor tool, and we had taken the data from LinkedIn about the owners, promoters, directors that are there in UAE, and we pitched them for the corporate tax registrations, right? uh, See, if you talk about the things, I would suggest that, being a beginner, uh, you should try to do it by your own, and instead of putting a lot of money and all these things, try to gain knowledge on your own about all these things. Because see, each and every tool, if each and every tool, or even each and every social media expert, they will charge you some good amount of money when they will do any kind of task on behalf of you. Let's say if I talk about the mailing professionals, if you will hire someone who can mail to the customers, once you have the data with you, if you are looking to hire someone who can do mailing to the customers, so that the mail reaches to the customer's inbox. So these all services start from INR 25,000 to 70,000 per month. I'm not joking right now. These are the serious professionals who can give you the results, but at the same time, they will charge you a good amount of money. I'm talking about only about the mailing system. I'm not talking about any YouTube platform. I'm not talking about Google Ads platform. I'm not talking about SEO platform. So if you are looking for doing these activities by providing all these services to the consultants, so mailing professional will charge you around 25,000 to 70,000. He will ask you to buy the domain. Ask you to buy the mail IDs. He will then start some process related to the email warm up, and all these things will happen. These are some of the processes that I'm talking, but will not go into that much detail. But mailing professionals will charge you around this thing. If you are hiring some Facebook ad expert, he will charge you 5,000, 10,000, only his fees. Forget about the budget. He will ask you about the budget. The budget should be separate. Apart from that, he will charge you around 5,000, 10,000 per month for a Facebook ad campaign, for a Google ad campaign. So are these all are the things that will cost you a lot if you are looking to hire the expert for all these things. It's better you start doing it by yourself. At least some of the tasks which you feel that you can do it by yourself, you should do it by yourself. You should take out time. Of course, it will take some time for you to all do all these things, but I would suggest you to do it by yourself. Try to start going to the YouTube and all these things, and start learning about all these things. Not in the working time, but during your leisure time, you can just give you half an hour or daily just to check out how to do all these things. Like you can just check on the YouTube how to do Facebook marketing, how to create the Facebook group, and how to increase the members into the Facebook group intended for this purpose. So slowly and gradually you will start getting the habit and you will get start getting the expertise. Of course, it take time, but I'm not saying that you should invest from beginning the full day. It's just that you should take out time, 15 to 20 minutes or half an hour for all these platforms. Otherwise, if you are good enough, your firm is established or in your home country, you can start by hiring the consultants start from the beginning itself. You can just ask him that you are looking for all such things. You can just give him the goal that these are things that you are looking for. Prepare the presentation and marketing in this way so that we start getting the inquiries from the customers. So they will start doing it from their side, but it will cost you a lot, and the fixed expense will be very high in that case, right? Also, your existing way of practice and marketing and your existing network can also help you a lot in this case. Like if I say about myself, so I was in DSC industry. I'm still in DSC industry, digital signature industry, since last 10 years. So the way I have been marketing through WhatsApp to the CA and CS, I have the knowledge of WhatsApp marketing. I have the network of CA and CS. I can do. I mean, being an good DAC industry player. I have very high good contacts in the community. So these also things play a role. Your existing network, your existing way of practice and marketing, this all can help you. Like this is for the CNCs I'm talking about. You might be having a kind of good customers, high end customers, so you can start discussing with them, you can start promoting them, and they can fetch a good number of clients. Like the way I'm talking about the DS industry, same way you might be having a good number of customers, existing high-end customers from your routine practice. So you can start as well. It depends on your network. Your existing network can also help you a lot if you're planning to start your practice, right? If we talk now about there is one more advantage that you have, as I mentioned already, that you have a dual advantage of home country as well as in UAE. If you're planning to open and I mean, if you're planning to do outsourcing work for UAE, then you will be having added advantage of uh, having presence in both the countries, in India as well as in UAE. So the customers will prefer you rather than going to the consultant sitting in UAE and if they don't have any knowledge related to the India. So any Indian customer who is looking to work in UAE, so uh, he will be looking for such kind of he will be looking for such kind of consultant who has knowledge for the Indian laws as well as for the UAE laws, so that he doesn't get stuck when it comes to the Indian part to comply for the UAE related companies, right? So this is your added advantage. This is one of the added advantage that you can work upon, right? So and test and try is that mool mantra. See, when we started doing when I started doing networking 2 or 3 years ago, so uh, we started sending bulk mails in the lot of 5,000 to 10,000 from the beginning, right? Ideally, as per the mail norms, you should not start with the bulk mailing from the state from the day one. But I didn't have knowledge at that time about all these things, and I started blasting mails in 5,000, 10,000 multiples or in 1,000 multiples to the data I had at that time. But still, even though I was wrong at that time, I got some of the right customers and I got the successful leads even by doing the wrong, even by going in the wrong way in the initial level. Had I been going in the right manner from beginning, then I wouldn't have been able to reach to these customers till now, and these customers would have gone to any other consultant at that time. So 2 years, 3 years before, if I had started with the simple mailing process, then I would have been able to reach to that customer after 2 years. But I did something without knowing and started with 5,000, blasting. And in that case, also I received the good number of inquiries from the customer and we got the customers. So it's just that you need to test and try. It's simple. You try, you fail, and you learn accordingly. And then you once again try until you succeed. This is a simple mood mantra that you need to follow. In case of networking, I'm talking about the knowledge part and the all these things. You will get the success. Uh, there's no hurdles I can say till now. If I say if we go with the knowledge part, you can have there are multiple sources available in market wherein you can try to get the knowledge. Uh, Even if you are not planning to open your office in UAE, you can tie up with the local expert there, right? So this is one of the options that you have available from the supplier side and the knowledge part as well. But in the networking side or from the customer side, there is one major hurdle that I have already mentioned, that there is no customer data available from the UAE side. You need to find out by yourself and start doing it by yourself. So in that case, you need to try. You will be failing at some part of time, and you will learn from that failure, and accordingly you can try again until you succeed. Only then you will be able to gather good number of knowledge, right? Also, you can try to ask your senior members from your home country to assist you in fetching the clients. I've seen such helping seniors as well, with with whose support professionals have developed their outsourcing practice tremendously. I mean, I've seen literally seen one of my counterpart who is doing practice related to the USA, and he has got support from his senior member who started. I mean, who gave him first 10 customers of US. From there he started his own practice, and then he took a big run from there. So you can ask your senior members as well to assist you in fetching clients. I mean, you might be lucky enough to get such kind of senior members from your side who can help you in developing a practice tremendously in that case. Also, you need to understand the audience preference. When you are looking to do networking, you also need to understand the audience preference. You also need to understand the type of communications and mode of communications which are preferred by the customer. Like if I say about India, so in India, people are there in on the WhatsApp, people are there on the email, and people are there on the telephone as well. So many of the advertisers try to do many of the advertisers try to do WhatsApp marketing, and they still doesn't get I mean they still didn't get paid. Why? Because if you are going with a kind of customer who is looking for all these services, even if you try to send them thousands of WhatsApp messages, they don't ban you, they doesn't ban you. And Indian people doesn't I mean, I haven't seen any huge number of unsubscribers or blockages from India side, because people, I believe, they don't care about unsubscribing and all these things. They they are very much aggressive. They are very much available on WhatsApp for the business part as well. In few foreign countries like in US or UK or in Europe, if you try to send marketing messages to WhatsApp, you will get banned at that time itself, because the citizens or the residents to whom you are sending, they'll start spamming. I mean, they'll start just blocking you from the first message you will put in. Wherein in India, the nature of the customers is that they accept the messages for the business on WhatsApp as well, right? So this is the kind of nature of the people you need to understand. If we go about Europe, Europe has some GDPR guidelines. It's related to it's these are the official guidelines, these are the law there, and it's officially related to the marketing tactics. So you can't send anyone the mail as well, and you can't send them the marketing mail as well without their consent. If you have sent them the marketing mail without the consent, he can complain about you and you can get banned. I mean, there is some penalty as well. Even I'm not that much aware about the GDPR guidelines, but this is one of the law legal. There's a legal regulations there when you try to market on any of the platforms in Europe without their consent. Uh, there are some legal actions that can be taken on you or on your company through which you are trying to do marketing, right? So you need to understand the audience preferences, you need to understand the laws, and you need to understand the mode of communications through which people are preferring to use. I mean, they are preferring to see you, right? Okay. And if we talk about the last part, I believe we have taken sufficient time now. So we shall be closing the session as soon as possible. So if we talk about the summary, so the first is try to gain the knowledge and experience. So the people, I mean, you will start working on gaining knowledge and experience by reading books and taking online courses, but you will not be able to get the motivation generally when we start any kind of practice. So how do we get the motivation? So there are two things which motivate us to gain the knowledge as well as the experience. One is the customer's inquiry. As soon as you start getting the customer's inquiry that you want, that he wants to open something in UAE, or he's looking for some kind of assistance from your side for corporate tax or any kind of thing related to UAE, at that time you will get encouraged and you will start reading on that part. You will start gaining knowledge for that, for resolving the customer's query and that part. The reason behind this is, as there are some monetary benefits available, and you have the chance to get the customer, you get to get that prospect converted into the successful customer for your site. So that's why it becomes a motivation for you to gain the knowledge and experience. Second one is related to the official trip. Official trip, not in the sense that you start residing there for 2 3 months and start gaining the knowledge for 2 3 months aggressively. I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the official trip in the way that you go there for 6 7 days or 10 days as per your convenience, and meet with the consultants there, meet with some of the communities, meet with some of the uh, uh, team there, meet, attend some of the exhibitions and try to understand the customer's requirement. So once you will be there on the official trip, just to see how does the market works, how are the customers working there, how are the consultants working there, how we should connect to the customers there. Once you will be having a brief understanding about all these things, you will get motivation. Okay, so this is the way the consultants there are working in this way. Okay, this is the way people try to gather knowledge. Oh, this is the way people try to contact us with there. So there are many things that you will be able to do when you will be on the official trip. I mean, you will be able to think and understand more when you will be reaching there for some days with an intention of business purpose, right? So when you practically visit Dubai for once during an official trip to understand and meet authorities as well as to attend some exhibitions or networking events, it will be a booster for you. You will get confidence. Yes, you want to start the practice. Once you will start once you will start getting that confidence, you will be working on gaining knowledge in that case, and you will also get motivated to start marketing and start interacting with the customers inquiries, right? So these are the two things which you need to do, which will act as a motivation booster for you to gain the knowledge as well as experience. Without that, I believe today's webinar, you might, I mean, if you don't uh, have the motivation, If you don't get the customer's inquiry, if you don't plan to visit there, then in that case you will stop thinking about opening the firm there. You will stop thinking about starting the outsourcing practices from there, right? So you need to have these two motivations to start gaining knowledge and experience, right? Second is about the summary, about the supplier. So we have already discussed there are free zones, mainland, consultants, and all three are available for you. You will be able to understand the suppliers criteria once you start working with them. So stay relaxed on this side. Suppliers part is easy part. You can contact any of the suppliers to if you have any queries from the customer side, right? So free zones are available for you from day one. When as soon as you will be having any customers requirement, you can try to contact them. You can try to contact the authorities, or at the end you also can contact the consultants. Consultants are already available for you for your support, right? And the third part is about the customers. We already discussed about this thing also. So this is a summary of the things that we are supposed to do before we start our practice in UAE. If we talk about the things that we are doing in our office, many of the people might be many of the people might be interested in knowing what type of networking practices that we are doing in our firm. So I will give you a brief about this. The first thing is that we work on the data collection and data buying from different sources. So one of the sources is Rumi Organic for LinkedIn. This is for LinkedIn data scraping. You can use this tool. I mean, you can search on Google. You will be able to find such kind of tools. So we have used Rumi Organic for LinkedIn data scraping. Second is we are doing bulk mailing, that is called cold mailing. We are using generally MailChimp or Lemlist for cold mailing. You can start searching on Google for uh, cold mailing websites. So you will get the name of various companies who are providing cold mailing services and bulk mailing services. So at our office, we are for cold mailing, like I said about the UAE corporate tax mailing that we are doing. So the mail marketing we are doing from MailChimp, or there's one more Lemlist which we are using. Third is WhatsApp marketing we are doing using API feature, that is business API, but we are using it at a very limited level. API feature we are using it at a very limited level. We are using the free version. We generally try to do marketing without API feature from our official from our routine business numbers. And I'm a bit I have some bit technical knowledge related to the WhatsApp marketing. That's why I am able to do somewhat type of marketing through normal number without using API feature. So fifth is LinkedIn network. I mean, LinkedIn network growing. We are growing our connections on LinkedIn on daily basis, on weekly basis, along with messaging option, which I mentioned earlier. You can use the LinkedIn Premium for increasing your network, or you can also use the Sales Navigator. This is Sales Navigator is costlier one. Premium is available. I'll be disclosing that deal as well. We have some bonus options available for LinkedIn Premium. If you're looking for using the LinkedIn Premium at the initial level, you will be able to get it today at a very discounted rate. The next thing we do is live webinars on regular basis. We generally use Teams, Microsoft Teams for meeting, and nowadays we are using LinkedIn Live and YouTube Live as well through streaming softwares. Like for today's session, we are using Restream. You might be seeing Restream logo on the upper side. So this is our streaming platform wherein we are using it for YouTube Live as well as for LinkedIn Live. We are conducting the seminars in coming time we have the seminars in Hisar. This is in the northern region of India, and we are also into the discussion with Noida branch of ICI. So both these seminars will be generally in the April end. Hisar is already confirmed on 20th April, and we are trying to get the booking for Noida as well on 29th or 30th April. So we are conducting the physical seminars as well. We are participating in exhibitions as a sponsor, and we are taking the stand there. Like if you know, we had the uh, stand in Vibrant Gujarat, which was recently conducted in Jan 2024. We visit big events, meet the sponsors there. If you are not taking the sponsorship, we are not. If you are not taking the stand there, we are visiting such kind of big events, and we are trying to meet the exhibitors there. Uh, like if I talk about the big events, there is one Gulf Food, which is one of the biggest events in the food industry that is happening in Dubai. So almost there are 3 to 4 thousand stalls. There are 3 to 4 thousand exhibitors who are coming there in the event. So even if you don't plan to exhibit your services by taking the stand, you can try to meet each and every exhibitor there, and might be if you have the good time, you may be able to close the deal at that time itself, right? There is Saudi food event also coming up in May or June in Saudi Arabia. So we try to visit such kind of events and try to meet the sponsors if you are not, yeah, if you are not planning to be a sponsor in that event. We try to collect the data of sponsors of all such big events and start mailing them and messaging them on the social media platforms. We are trying to increase our website traffic uh, just for having the presence on Google whenever anyone plans to search on Google. So that's the intention that's the intention with which we are working on increasing our website traffic. And we have also had an SEO consultant. We keep writing up the blogs with a task of bringing traffic to the blog as well as to the website. And recently we have started with the Google Ads. We have learned the graphic software so that we can create images on our own without hiring the graphic consultant. There are softwares available in the market like Canva, Pixela, Figma. You can search on Google and you can just try to uh, learn that things, because for each and every small image you can't contact to the graphic consultant, and I mean just need to if he hasn't provided you the good image, you might be looking to change the content of that design of that image. So that's why we have kept it with in our hands. We are generally creating images nowadays on our graphic software, which you have learned, and we are whatever images that you have seen. I mean, the event image you might have seen during the start of the YouTube event. Uh, that all are created by our team itself. We are not hiring any graphic consultant, right? At least I would suggest that you learn to download copyright free images and add the text and logo in that images. I mean, it will be at least somewhat help when you plan to do any kind of advertisement. uh, Try to learn to download copyright free images, and you once you have the copyright free images, you can try to add text and your firm logo on that image, and you are good enough to do the marketing, right? And we haven't started with Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and as these platforms require the video related content, so we are not to that mark. We are not in the video part till now, so hence we haven't used these parts. Okay, that's it from our side. Apart from this, those who want to understand about our services, I'll just before going to the bonus part, I'll just share you the screen for that thing so that you can just see what type of services we are into. So basically, Talreja and Talreja uh, is headquartered in Dubai, and we have a strong presence in the entire Gulf countries, be it Qatar, Saudi, Kuwait. Anywhere you are planning to incorporate a company, or anywhere you are looking for taxation, auditing services, or any kind of compliance services, we are the person who can help you in all these services in the entire Middle East region, not only in UAE but in all other regions as well. Apart from this, we are in now in Gift City as well. We are in USA as well. We are the US CPA license holder. We are into the UK, Singapore, Malaysia, Mauritius. So apart from the Middle East and Gift City, the rest all whichever countries are mentioned here, we have collaborated with the partners there, and in next week we have one of the webinar on Singapore as well with the partner with which we have tied up for the long term. So there is a webinar on Thursday. You will be getting the details for that as well in the coming time. But apart from Middle East and Gulf City, all other areas we have tied up with the associates there, right? What are the services that we are providing? As I mentioned, we are into the auditing, taxation, and bookkeeping services, along with company setup, bank account, and visa services. So these are the services that we are providing. You will be able you can view it during the leisure time. I will be sharing these slides into the bonus part. If we talk about the bonus part, the bonus link is already posted into the YouTube. Is already posted into the YouTube in the beginning. It has been pinned into the. It has been pinned on the top. I will also post the comment. I will also post this bonus link to register again in the recent. I mean, sooner I will just post that comment. I will just post that link, bonus link as well once again in the YouTube comment box. Okay, so coming now to the bonuses that we are going to have today. So first is related to the LinkedIn. As we are aggressively marketing on LinkedIn since last. So there is an offer for you as well as UAE customers. You might be able to find out on LinkedIn. So there is an offer from our side. Those who will be registering on the bonus link, it's mandatory to register for the. It's mandatory to register on the bonus link. You will be getting. I mean, you will be able to see the remarks and rating. So once you rate us on the Google, accordingly you will be eligible for this bonus part as well. Once you will be on the bonus link, it's mentioned that you need to provide us the ratings and the feedback about today's webinar and details on that form. And once you will post that details on the form, you will get the option to click to rate and provide us the feedback. As soon as you will provide us the feedback, you will be eligible for the bonus part. So there are five bonus part. There are already five bonus which are mentioned in the bonus link registration form as well. But apart from this, the two major thing are one is 50% off on the LinkedIn Premium plan for the 12 months, and the second one is related to the Dubai official tour, which is getting conducted in the first week of May. Abhishek will be able to provide you more details about this bonus part, about the official tour that is going to happen in the coming time. Uh, Abhishek, if you are here, if you can join on the speaker front so that you can share the details to the viewers for this. Okay. Uh, in the till the time we can start with the queries. We can start with the queries as well. All those who have the queries, they can start putting their message into the chat box. I'll just put on the chat box so that everyone can see the screen of chatting also along with this. And for bonus, you can also raise. I mean, I'm sharing you the QR code as well. You can go to that part and you can scan and register yourself in that case as well. So one of the queries I had received from Mr. Anshuman, the how can we give service to UAE clients from our service from our office in India? See, this is the thing which you have mentioned. You can there are, see, if you are talking about the bookkeeping services, then the bookkeeping services, there are already many softwares available in market which you can use to provide services to the customer. Of course, you need to have the customer first for that part. You need to have the customer for that part. Let's say if you have the customer who is looking for bookkeeping services, so you can provide him these services using QuickBooks is one of the software you can use. Tally is also one of the software, but in Tally you will not be able to provide online services. It's quite difficult to provide the online services using Tally services. QuickBooks is one of the software which you can use for outsourcing part. Apart from this, Mr. Harsh has asked some questions. Are there any learnings while dealing with clients from various countries, or how we can be better convinced and how we can better convince and serve the customers? See, of course, when you have the clients from different continents, you ideally will learn some of the things from their side as well. Uh, let's say about our side, the things which we have learned. I will give you the example from the Indian part so that you can correlate it when I talk about learning from the different countries as well. So recently we had one of the customer who had tried to approach to the free zone directly, and he got the license issued directly from the free zone, but that free zone issued the e-visa also to that person, but that person had an immigration clearance required passport. That's called ECR passport. That is very much related to the Indian countries. I mean, that is very much related to the India part. Uh, there are some passports which carry the ECR stamp as well. So, UA, that free zone authority didn't inform him that he has some guidelines or he has to follow some compliances that are required to be done uh, from your side if you are having the ECR passport. We were having that knowledge because we had some of the customers who had uh, had such kind of issues earlier uh, uh, when they had the ECR passport. But so these are some kind of things that are related to the passport or the immigration guidelines. So I can say if I had been if I had been serving to the US customer for UAE part, then in that case I would have advised him to comply with all the regulations that are required from their countryside related to the immigration part. We are not aware about the immigration part from the for the US. We are not also aware about the immigration part for the India as well. But just as we have as we have the rep office in India, and as we have many of the customers from India, we are having that knowledge that the ECR pass. If any customer is having the ECR passport, then he has to comply to some part, and once that compliance is done, only then he will be able to board the flight to UAE. Without that, he will not be able to board the flight to UAE. So such is the case with other countries as well. So you learn each and everything when you have when you start dealing with other countries customers as well. You definitely will have something in. I mean, you will learn something definitely from them as well. There are regulations everywhere wherein you will learn something new in each and every part, right? Abhishek, if you have already joined, let me know. Okay. Apart from this, any other questions that customers have? I mean, the viewers have. Okay. One of the questions that I have received right now is, as a beginner, your seminar gave good insights about the UAE market. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Apart from this, Vidyut, Vidhu has asked some question related to. Please let us know for a book for company formation in UAE and VAT application. See, for company formation in UAE, there is no specific. book on that part. It's just that we can compile it from our side and provide you the same with to you. Like you in the bonus part, you will be receiving the uh, DIFC company formation process and all the things. So these are provided by the free zone site as well. So same like if I talk about DIFC is one of the reputed free zones in UAE. So they have given one of the book wherein wherein you get to know about the how to set up a company in DIFC free zone, right? So I can share you that thing once we have already covered it into the bonus part. So when you will register for the bonus part, you will get that book as well. Apart from this, we also keep conducting seminars on the UAE company setups, which you can attend. In last week, we had an webinar on the same thing. I will be I will be sharing you the next webinar dates on the mail. Uh, it will be probably in April and probably between April and or May first week. So at that time, you can attend that webinar and you will be able to get that handbook as well along with that part. Apart for VAT and corporate tax, you will get the manual from our side in the bonus part, right? Apart from this, okay, let me check. Give me few seconds. I'll just ask Abhishek to join and he will be sharing you the screen about the Dubai official tour as well. Guys who wish to ask some questions using the voice, so I've shared one link. I've shared one of the links in the comment box, so you can use that link and join through that link to ask directly to ask directly anything on the screen.
Yeah.
Abhishek,
Hi, Kapil. Thanks for letting me in. Hi, guys. This is Abhishek. I hope there were certain tech issues, and that's where we were dealing with. I hope the sound is audible, as also you can see me.
yeah, yeah,
Can
it's
you?
audible. Abhishek
Good,
audible.
cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, as Kapil was referring to the networking part, that one of the thing which he said that there are certain ways and means through which we can do the official tour, and that is where where we that is with CA's Business International Launchpad is coming up with a networking tour where there is entire delegation of chartered accountants who's going to Dubai and who's going to visit certain authorities, who's going to meet certain authorities in Dubai. And there are also business meets with other communities like startup incubators, as also with Dubai-based chartered accountants. That's what Kapil also mentioned on the networking part. Let me just share quickly an itinerary for that, so that I won't take you much time. Just 5 minutes. I'll just explain what is going to do. We are going to do in that particular thing, and I'm just going to share a tentative itinerary. It's not finalized yet. Probably in a couple of days we will finalize the same itinerary. I'm going to share that with you right now. I think the file is visible to you. Can you please confirm?
Just a second. I guess. mm, Anyone who can comment about if they can see the screen about the Dubai official tour. Abhishek, I think voice is. I mean, the screen is not visible.
Let me try again.
Okay, just a second.
I think now is it,
Just a
yeah.
second. I got the pop up. Where did it go? Uh, can you send me again that request, Abhishek?
Sure, sure. I'm doing that.
Okay, perfect.
Is it visible
Yes,
now?
yes, yes.
It would be, yeah. So you can see here, it's written here Dubai Business Tour, and the same is being organized by the Global Network in association with CABIL, that is Chartered Accountants Business International Launchpad. This is one of the community of chartered accountants, which is not affiliated to ICI, but it's a separate community of chartered accountants, which has been, formed with a purpose where the intentions or the motivation, I mean, the intentions are who facilitate chartered accountants, international networking with other, other professionals, other consultants, including chartered accountants. So this is where we are coming up with business tour, and let me just quickly get you through what we are going to do in this business tour. This itinerary is on a draft stage. This is not a finalized itinerary, but still, whatever the things are, whatever we are going to understand, and whatever we are going to do in that tour. Let me just explain you. This is a networking tool for chartered accountants, as I said, and this is the pure intention is to fetch business, to do the networking, to collaborate, and to grow. Now, let me just just give you a very glimpse of this itinerary. This is not still. Let me tell you that this is a tentative itinerary and this is not finalized one. So first May is what we are. We are going to have an icebreaker. So first May is going to is where when we reach Dubai, and then after we are going to have first day icebreaker thing with other chartered accountants who are going to come from India. So let me tell you that from India there would be a delegation of around 35 to 40 or 45 chartered accountants from various cities, and they will be part of this entire tour. So first day we are going to meet them. We'll have to also we'll do the icebreaker thing over there. We'll do networking internally with the chartered accountants in Dubai once when we reach on the first day. Then on the second day, it has been planned for Dubai Chamber of Commerce. So technically, it's a business ecosystem where we are going to meet the management of DMCs, this Dubai Chamber of Commerce. And at that point of time, there are also incubators, or there are certain entrepreneurs where the meeting is getting scheduled within the Chamber of Commerce. And we are also we are also trying to visit to a capital market summit which will happen within the Chamber of Commerce, and that is the plan for 2nd May, tentative plan. Then on 3rd May, we are going to also visit Dubai International Financial Center, where we are going to meet the management of again International Financial Center. We are going to understand how the processes, what are the processes for setting up a business over there, how the things work there. So that is where 3rd May in the morning we are planning for that. We are also trying to to visit to the office, to make a visit to office of one of the HNIs over there, which is Sheikh Said bin Ahmed Al Maktoum, and they have their own PE, you can say. That's where many investors. So as a part of networking, we are also going to meet the office personnel of that particular family office, and this is also the plan under 3rd May. And the 4th May, we are also going to meet. So it will be on one-to-one basis. The meeting will be with IBPC. IBPC Dubai is the largest association of Indian businessmen professionals established under the aegis of Dubai Chambers, that is the Dubai Chamber of Commerce. So 4th May, there's a one-to-one meeting which can be happen with an IBPC personnel, and where they will also cross-check your profiles of the chartered accountants who are coming in the delegation, so that in case if you wish to meet some of the IBPC members, you can schedule a meeting on 4th May. And then 5th and 4th May, during we are also having going to have a dinner with the other CAs of Dubai, I mean of Dubai ICI, and that is being is getting organized as well. These are again, as I said, these are all tentative itinerary. The confirmations, as right now the Ramzan holidays are going on, so we will be getting the confirmation on this particular tours within a couple of days. Thereafter, on 5th May, we are going to meet. We are planning to meet Dubai Multi Commodities Centers management. We are going to understand the ecosystem over there, and whatever queries you have, you can ask to the relevant professionals who will be present in that networking meet. So it's an entire networking event where you will, as a chartered accountant, get a chance to meet many professionals apart from chartered accountants as well, many entrepreneurs, and where you can, then as Kapil explained, that what is the potential market opportunities. So similar manner, this is could be the first step where you can establish your brand, or we can evaluate whether you should go and expand in Dubai, and you should see. This will obviously give you a motivation, and this is all Dubai Business Tour is all about. If you guys are more, I won't take much more of your time. You're short of time. If you guys are interested, you can scan this code directly. You can fill the Google form, and you can fill the Google form, and that interest, once when I receive, I'll get in touch in person with you, and then we can schedule a demo call with the organizing committee, which is CABAIL, who's the organizing committee, and we can schedule a call with this. As it's already 12th of April, so we have a very short time to finalize the participants. Already there are around 35 to 40 participants are there in the group, which we have formed for this purpose only. But yeah, this is the last chance, which I may say, that post tomorrow we won't be able to accept any new participation interest. Already people have joined or are in joining process or are in process of booking. The cost of this entire tour is technically 65,000, which doesn't include any air travels or visa expenses. It only includes stay in the hotel, visits to this particular events. And let me also just open that cost part as well, so that you can understand that what is the cost inclusions and exclusions. So as you can see here, under cost inclusions, it's hotel accommodation. That is one of the 5-star or 4-star hotel that we are going to select here. Then airport transfers will be there. Local transport is included. Whenever there's a meeting with the other professionals, then there's a dinner meet event with ICA members, that is also included. And taxes have been included wherever they are applicable. What is not included in this particular cost of INR 65,000, 60 to 65,000, which is there. Technically, it's air travel that is not been included, because chartered accountants from various cities would be visiting. So that is where we have not included that part of our cost. Then visa, obviously, you have to arrange for yourself the visas, and the lunch dinner, which are not there included in the networking meets. They are to be done and borne by the participant. And individual travel within Dubai. So if you wish to travel any other part of Dubai, UAE, Saudi, or Abu Dhabi, that is not included. And any other thing which is not included is excluded from this itinerary. So that is how the entire thing is. We can discuss this in detail once you if you wish to join this tool. You can scan quickly this form. I'll get the list. Once when I get the list, I'll get in touch with you, and we can then discuss more on this part.
Okay, Abhishek.
Yeah. Any questions you
I
have? Yeah, you
guess
can ask. Yeah.
anyone, if you have any queries, I believe there are no queries. So we
Yeah.
shall end the webinar then.
It was
Uh,
very nice having you, Kapil. Thank you.
I
It was
guess there is one person who is okay. No, fine. Okay,
okay.
okay, Abhishek. Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
everyone, for joining.
thank you for joining. Thank you for that.